Alright, what's up, y'all? Back for another live training video. Let's see. Before we start, I'm gonna just put that on live right now. Alright, so the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna look at Force Factory. So Force Factory, we have a bit of news coming out. We have some that came out just now at 8:30, and then we have to keep in mind there's some at 12:50 as well. So before we get started, we're gonna log into all the accounts. We only took one trade this week. It was a small break-even loss. So let's log in. Go to the dashboard. And as you can see, we didn't lose much. We went from 1.91 to 2.01. Next, see it didn't change much right here. I think it's 3.6. Last time it was 3.5 in drawdown. And like I say in every stream, the dashboard right here is not accurate. But it is fun. Then it was working yesterday to log in. I don't know why it's not working right now. It's gonna log in for one time. I know. But if you go in here, you see that the balance, you can match up the balance from the last trade. So let's get to gold. I already know that the higher time frames are bullish based on the last live streams of my analysis. We're gonna just quickly go through it. So let me check the validation time frame. So we flushed right here, made a move, paused at that 10. So if I was to expect something to happen, we create a nice move up like that, create a nice pause, and then I will buy stop as long as it's rejecting cleanly against the MAs. Euro USD looks like trash. I can already tell. This one not ready. Not ready. Not ready. Mm, let's see what's going on here. Up, pause, 6 hour. This isn't ready specifically for the 15-minute time frame. Actually, let me see. Yeah, it isn't ready for the 15-minute time frame. Let's see. GUPAUD. Let's look at the hard time frame real quick. It's moving nicely. What's going on here? Make this pause. So if we can get a move down to this 1020, potentially I could look for a setup that happens on the lower time frame. USD AUD. Let me see what's going on here. You need to clear up the highs in order to watch it. Same thing with USD CAD. This is not ready. So the best looking ones is this one that looks like I could set it. So it's using 1250, right? At the same time, it's not for USD. If we can just get this move right here to happen, I'll be glad to enter it. So while I'm waiting for my setup to happen, I'm gonna do a bit of back testing. I've been doing a bit of back testing with um potentially accurate ways to get entries or better ways to get more entries at specific points. I haven't implemented it or anything. I'm just trying to get some data on it based on what I've been noticing to see if I can use it for different types of market conditions. So what I'm gonna be doing right now is I'm gonna be doing like a live back test on here too. Um, also gonna rate. All right. All right. One, a, uh, 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 amazing. That way, anybody that comes on can see what I'm doing right here. That way, it's not gonna be completely wrong. I'm just sitting here not saying anything. There we go. Because this will have to close up here. Right? That'll be 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Then make a pause. I'll be in the trade by like 11 o'clock. Should be. If it ends up setting up like at this exact moment. So in the meantime, I will be looking at it on my phone as well, so I know when it's ready. So in the meantime, what I'm gonna be doing is uh, get my Google Doc because I already started this. This one. I wonder where I left off at. Let's try I took for this back test with a break even. Let me see. It's around the beginning of 2020. Uh, this is like around the beginning of 2020. So I think this was like a weekly time frame. Okay. So I know where I left off. I think I was back testing gold and stuff like that. So this is what I'm gonna be doing. I've been back testing some better areas. I'm gonna explain what I'm doing while I'm waiting for this opportunity and stuff like that. So I think that was the beginning of 2020. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hop on a weekly time frame, and where is it? Replay. I think that was the beginning of 2020. I'm trying to continue where I left off for the back test. was sometime in 2020. Because I think I started at like 2019. Um, let's see, January. All right. Hopefully that's where I actually left off. Yeah, that's where I left off. Hope this can be like entertaining as well. So I'm not like not saying that anything, but while I'm waiting, let me just play this forward because I can clearly see that I had some entries right there. All right, so basically what I've been testing too as well, like behind the scenes, was taking possible entries when price comes down to the 50 on the validation time frame. Um, basically, uh, let me, I'm gonna just show y'all what it looks like as I'm going. So I'm doing a 1 hour entry for this example. It's the same time frames I use. So for the validation, it would be like a 6 hour. For the context, it will be the weekly. So weekly is good. Go on to the 6 hour. So what I've been testing instead of the pause on the 10 and 20, I was testing a market condition that constantly comes back to the 50 and then makes a new structure, comes back to the 50. Because I talk about that all the time. Like there'll be certain market conditions that it comes back to the 50, then it goes. It comes back to the 50. So I was like, is there a way for me to capitalize on that move? So that's what I'm basically testing. I'm not implementing that at all. So if y'all see me trade, I'm not gonna be trading this at all because I like to see a whole bunch of data before I implement something. And that's how I basically have confidence with my system. Because if I implement something and I only have 10 trades, which I only had 10 trades on this with like 9 trades, I wouldn't have as much confidence as 200 trades or something like that. So what I'm gonna wait for is for price to come back close to the 50 or to the 50. And basically how it should look on the 1 hour is like this, basically like this, where we flush all the way under the 50 right here, and I'll basically take a buy stop. So basically it needs to be structured. So if we make a move up, right, and then we make that pause, I want to take an entry that puts me back above the 50. So that's what I've been testing because theoretically, if if the moves are happening on the higher time frame coming to the 50 and moving, then what I have been seeing was, you know, taking an entry that puts you back above the 50 on the entry time frame should go. So I'm gonna just show y'all how I be collecting data and stuff. So we had a move right here. I wouldn't take this one because as you can see, this low was taken out. So it's not like true structure. It has to be imposed, a pause. So it's basically a leg that's being created. Pause, something like that. So with this one, it's not like I have to wait for like price to theoretically like pause on the MAs. It's more of like, okay, if it's gonna fail, it's gonna fail. If it's gonna go over the 50, it's gonna go. So let me see what happens. Okay, so that would be like a theoretically an entry. For this, I'm not testing anything for cutting losses as of now because I don't know what works or what doesn't work. So that's what I recommend. When you're first back testing something, you want to make it as simple as possible. And then when you're reviewing the traits of the back test, then you can add certain stuff like cutting losses to improve, and then you can retest. But for right now, I'm just adding the same rules. So this would have been an entry right here. And basically, I would look for the same structure to break even. So let's see if I do get that. So we got to move down, move up. I want it a bit higher because it doesn't make sense to break even right there. Let's see. It looks choppy. So that was a loss right there. So simply what I would do is I would collect this as a loss. So now I would just journal it. If it doesn't make more profit than what I'm doing right now, I'm just not gonna implement it. It's simply like that. So what I would do is I'll copy the link right here. I'll go back to over here. So this column is basically the total profit. That was a -1, so that's 1.76. And this is the result profit right there. Then I'll paste the link for the entry time frame. Watch this trip. What's happened? That don't look right. Oh, that's why I'm tweaking. I was like, yo, what's going on? I skipped over it. So I do have 10 trades right here. So that's the 11th trade. Okay, that's plus 1.66. That was -1. And I'm looking at my phone to see if I will have any like entries in the real time. So I may stop the back test if my entry starts to happen. Paste that. Then I go to check the validation time frame. Make sure I capture the whole thing like this, just so I can see when I'm reviewing it. I can see what's going on. That and the last time frame was the weekly. Look at that. So paste, copy link, and go back over here. I'm just gonna do it over and over. Okay, so now that I did that over, I'm gonna go back to the validation, see what we're doing. Let's see, we under. I mean, theoretically, it's made a. Okay, looks a bit choppy. Let me see if it could come back down a little bit more. Like this, yeah, like that. So it came down to the 50 like that. So I'm testing entries that'll make a move back up. So I want some type of structure. I wanted to make an impulse, a small pause, just under that 50, but that entry would put me back above. So let me see. And if it ends up like losing it like that, if it's under the MAs like that, then I simply don't watch it and I'll reweight basically. Let's see, can we get a move back down to the 50? Hold that, yeah, like that. Let me see. Basically, wait for the confirmation. Let me see. Gotta move. It looks a little bit too light right there. Okay, pause. Pause. There we go. So basically, if I took this trade right here, and this trade, like for this, I'm giving like stop loss more breathing room. Probably like something like this would make sense to me. So let's see what it does. Let's see if I get an entry at least. So that's the entry right there. The wick tagged me in. So let's see. Okay, it went up. That's another loss. Implement that right there. Zoom out real quick. It's just something I'm testing to see if it's better or not. Okay, like that. Copy link. Oh, that would be plus 0.76 minus 1. And 6 right here. shoot, I accidentally, whatever. I thought it was this. Like that. Link. And, what am I doing? Oh, yeah, there we go. Link. Basically, I can just make improvements after and retest if I like it. Okay. It's under it, so I wouldn't be interested in it. We basically just wait. Let's go back up to the weekly, see what's happening. Weekly is all the way down here. So what I noticed, the context needs to be all the way probably like up here. Let's see. Okay. It's only one break of structure. Okay, so let's see. We get a move to that 50. Alright. Let me see. Is it gonna work? Let's see. Make a move. Okay. Let me get a pause. Okay. Put like a stop right here. And you can be more conservative with it. Something like that. Let's see if I get an entry. Alright, that's the entry. Let's see. Is there a break even? Another loss. Right here. Let's see. Make sure I'm taking a picture of the full picture. Okay. 13. That's here. Paste 6 hour. 6 hour right here. Just add that copy link. Copy link. And go on. Okay. Go back to the 6 hour. Wait for the same thing. So let's see, what is it doing right here? Almost pressed the wrong thing. So it's still rejecting off of it. I could add like there's a rule of no more than 2 losses in one area. So I could look for another move if it was to create something right here. So let me get that out of the way since I'm looking for another one. So we gotta move, pause. Theoretically, if I take this entry, something like that, if it can buy stop above, let's see. I get tagged in by that little wick right there. Okay, make the move up. All right, at that point, I'm at break even. It made a move up, make the move down, made a move up. So now this trade, the SL right here, and simply I'm what's it called? Have my own management rules of maybe over time I can make it better since the stop loss is theoretically bigger, so it has to make a more of a move. But so what I will wait for is for the at least 3 candles. If it can get above a 1 to 2, at least a 1 to 2 or more, then I'll wherever it closes, then I'll take a partial there. Let's see. All right, so that was just a break even. So there's just certain stuff like that that I'm noticing, like I can just make better over time because I gotta realize for something like this, low key I can't really have the same rules because with this I'm having much bigger stops. You know what I'm saying? So if it was like a small stop, maybe if I did that or whatever, maybe I don't know, it would be better. But there's certain stuff I would think of after the back test. I'm not really worried about like the results the first time of testing something new, because the improvements will that I make when I look at it would be way better. So that's a bet. Did I put my actual stop? I think I moved it. I think it was right there. Okay, whatever. So this was a break even. Okay. Let me see. So that was a break even and a loss in that area. Maybe I'll wait for a new range. Wait for a new range. It's just chopping around. Okay, let me see. Okay, let's see what's gonna go on. A little bit higher. Okay, let's see. Can we get a pause? Small pause. There we go. Let's see. That's a buy stop. Maybe right here would make sense. Okay. Low to high to low. can cancel this. I mean, I could make my stop loss like this because it's still like part of a bigger structure. Impose stop loss, boom. But with this, I'm sacrificing RR. So it's just stuff I can test. Okay, I'm gonna use this one right here. We have a move down, and I could use this one right here. Both of them are valid in my eyes. I'll put my stop right here. Okay, the entry was right there. Let's see, and stop loss. So far, the results ain't looking too good for my compared to the strategy I have now. But I don't really judge anything with because we still don't have enough data to even say that because it's more of a like a larger RR trend type strategy. That will be 2.76. Let me take a quick look uh, at the charts on my phone real quick. Okay, gold is not ready. All right, continue with the back test. Let's see, what was I doing? Okay, is the context time frame. Mm, all right, so same thing. Just looks choppy. Okay, let's see. Yeah, Loki missed my move. It was okay. It didn't even create anything anyway. Okay, there you go. Let me see. This would have been like a valid entry right here. But let's see. I'm gonna pause. There you go. And that. Alright, so this wasn't an entry because it fell down the lows, so it wasn't that clear. So let's see. It's not too far above it. Uh, mm, mm, I'm just testing the rules. Okay, that's the entry. Let's see, can we get a pause to break even? Okay, so at that point it would be a break even. We made the move, made it move down, cleared the highs. Let's see. Um, First partial at least a 1 to 2. So it didn't close at a 1 to 2. So I'm gonna wait for one more candle, one more candle, one more candle. All right. So the candle closed above a 1 to 2 right here. So that's where I closed the first position. At E, what is this? 2.78. So we gotta do half of that. So calculator. So half of uh, is this 2.78. That's around 1.39. Notice how big this is. Damn. Here we go. So how we're gonna manage this is the same rules that I have of the structure. So the second low, I'm gonna trail stops. So is that break even? The most recent low right here, the second low is just right here. But my stop loss is at break even there, so there's nothing to do. I need to just wait for more structure to happen. Oh, well, I'm gonna do still. Just realized it created an entry here too. Which way will it go? There we go. Finally. So we got a break of the high. It took a while, but since we got the break of the high, I control the stop loss, which is right here, to this low. Because this is the most recent low indicated right here by the indicator. So I can um move it up. And potentially this can really help with catching a large runner. Stop loss up there. Made another low. So this is the most recent low. So I can move my stops up here. Because this is the second most recent low. So it's not much of a difference, but we keep seeing what's happening. Who's higher? Damn, damn! This trend just went and went. Like this is how much it's up now, but the stop loss is still right here. Like with this, there's like advantages and disadvantages. You can catch a huge trend, but at the same time, like you can miss out on a lot of profit. Like, but that's with all trend following systems. I'm waiting for the updated low. There we go. So the recent low was updated to right here. I can move the stops to right here. So far it'd be locked in right here. If it stopped me out, keep going. Damn, I did not expect this at all. Now imagine if I implemented something with cutting losses or something. I don't know. I don't know. But so far the stop loss is locked in all the way here. Right there. Wow. Okay. It's updated again. Stop loss updated up here. I really like the second low trail. It's all the way up here now. Let's see. Continue higher. Continues higher. Second low right here. Damn. And and mind you, we took 50% partial, so this would be like 5.3 plus this. So already up over 6R on one trade, and it could be even more potentially. I didn't make a. I was like, yo, this is just running. Yo, yo, this is a crazy trade right here. I wish I was in it for real, for real. But we just doing this test because it's we waiting. We seeing if we can improve. So far, like the results isn't really something I so far. Maybe if I spin back and do like some improvements, if it's better than my actual one, then I would like change up. But so far, like I could still get the same type of trade with my regular entries. Okay. So far it's still locked in at wow. Okay, let's see. I broke down that. Y'all see why I like the second low, right? Because it comes with the idea of price can break a low and then continue higher. And now we had this double low update up there. Damn, like I can't even see where I got in. Stop loss updated to over there. Just keep going. Updated all the way up here. This is insane. This is insane. Because this is my actual trailing rules. So far, like if it stopped out, that's basically half of 21. Let's just say 20. Like that's already 10 are already covered all the losses plus more from the previous. Okay. Off of one trade. Playing it forward. It gets updated again. This is the most recent low. It gets updated right here. Let's see. And I wish I was in this trade. What was this trade? What was I doing at this time? What was I doing today? That day? Man, I didn't even start finding about trading until October of 2020. Yeah, this is insane. Did I catch the bottom? There we go. Zoom in. Yeah. Uh, and this is why I like rules that help you potentially get a trade because like a runner, I mean, like this. Because me, I don't win a lot. My win rate is around like 40%. Yo, that's insane. That's around like 15 R. Because you remember it, even though it's up like a 30 R, we took a partial down here. Yo, and that's if we get stopped out right here. Alright, finally, we got stopped out. Alright, so from right here, so let's calculate that. 30 0.28 divided by 2 because we take 50% partials. That's 15.14. And we added up plus this 1.39 that we took her at 16.53 on one trade. 16.53 like that. That's insane. That is really insane. Wow. Okay. Why is it right here? Did I move it by accident? Hold on, wait a minute. It may not be 15. Hold on. I kind of moved it by accident. The trade was taken. It was taken. Hold up. Wait a minute. I kind of moved it. It was right here. Yeah, it was right here. Which means, let's go back. We got to make sure it's accurate. Just making sure y'all know, like, can't, like fabricate what you're doing with these vectors. So it's not that. It's a little bit lower. Wait, actually, it was right here. Wait, is it higher? Shit. So that's 13.34, 30.34 divided by 2. That's 15.17. Let's just call it this 16.53 because I already put it in. Alright, there we go. We gotta do is I really capture this because this ended up being a massive trade. So copy link. Wow. Still always looking at overall results, so I gotta still see what it's doing. Yeah, I think I already took an imagery. Oh yeah. Just like that. Let me just check on gold on my phone real quick. See. Nope, not ready. What about the other pairs? Nope. No. Alright. So none of them are ready yet. Aren't ready. Let's continue with the test so far. Delete that. And so we wanted to make its way back to 50 like that. I kind of missed, but they wouldn't have been an entry either way. See, because it ended up just falling off. Just falling off. Ends up falling off. Ends up falling off. Let me see what the context is doing. Wait for it to go higher. Just chopping. Okay, okay. Let's get back on that. Let's wait for a move. Right back to that 50. How close is it? Alright, yeah. A buy stop right here should be a good move. So stop loss can be right here, entry could be right there. Let's see if I get that. I get that. Alright, ends up falling off. Nothing to do. Where is it? Right here. More closer to the 50. Can still look for entries. came up. So it could take an entry right here. It will put me back above the 50. Buy stop right here. Let's see if I get an entry. It's a falling off more. What is it doing on here? It's not holding it up. Let's see what it does in the next candle. It's a falling off, nothing to do. Just wait. Okay, it's starting to make a move higher. Okay, this is just chop time. Go back to the weekly. Make sure it's trending higher. Okay, there's just nothing to do in these areas. Breakdown ones, we can still expect targets of the high. Okay. Alright, now that it's trending again, we go back down, wait for the move to come back down to the 50. Okay, close enough. Let's see what is it doing. Okay, we need an actual structure leg. So none of these buy stops are valid because it has to be impulse, pause, impulse. Could do that one. I feel like it doesn't look too clear. Just wait for a bit more proof. Yeah, like this. Take a buy stop of this high. Um, Stop loss could be somewhere right here. That makes sense to me. Okay. Still not in the trade, so I will cancel that because it violated that low. Unless I could use this low as this low to this high to this low. That's still valid, so I could do this instead. I could put my stop loss right here. This the structural leg. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Let's see. Alright, it's just getting choppy. High key getting choppy. This shit. Alright. Ends up filling down. Losing the MAs. Okay, it pops back up like that. What's it doing? Come on, 1 hour. Come on, load. Okay. Let's see. So this puts it right back above. For this specific entry, I will wait for an actual pullback. And then I will take a buy stop. Let me see, is that an actual pullback right there? Yeah, that's an actual pullback. It would be considered a pullback based on what the indicator looks for highs and lows. So I'll take a buy stop because at that point that would be like a double break to the top side. I can get that buy stop right there. So let me see. Just adjust my stop. All right, so I get tagged in with that wick. Let's see what it does. Ends up stopping out with that wick right there. I'm gonna record that as a loss. And then copy. Wait, actually, not yet. You gotta make sure when you're back testing, you're recording like a good amount of data. There we go. Copy the link. Go back to the Google Doc. Right here. I'm tripping. Plus 12.77 minus 1 is gold. Gold. Then I'll go to the weekly. Copy link. Paste it in. Alright, continue with the back test. What else? What was I doing? So I took a loss in that area. Came down to the 50. Started moving. Alright. Oh, so it was just a stop, man. It was just timing. I'm dead. It was just timing. But it is what it is. Alright, so I'm gonna wait for the same thing. Oh shoot. It lost the MAs at that point. And there wouldn't be an entry on the lower time frame for confirmation because it just dropped off. So we just wait. Double break. Construction downwards. Let's wait. Okay, double break up. Okay, I like that. Right there. Let me get a move down to the 50. Okay, let me see. Move down to the 50. Let's see. Let's see. Waiting for our impulse. Yeah, this would be a good entry. So if I took a buy stop above this high, it should put me back above the 50 on this time frame. And if you can see it, this is like this is the like that. So what I can do is maybe this. Let's see if I get the buy stop. Okay, I'm in the trade, waiting for a reason to break even. So at that point, I would break even because it's structural right there. So that's my stop loss. And basically, I'll add the same management rules. At least a 1 to 2 with 3 candles. So it has to break above. So it has to close above at or at a 1 to 2. So let's see. All right, this is a break even right here. Let's see. Add that as a BE. Plus see. Oh, let me quickly look at my phone to see if my setup is happening or anything, or possibly getting ready. Uh, let's see. Not yet. About, yeah, not yet at all. It's not close to me already, so continue to back test. Let's see. So on the weekly, did I take a snapshot? Let's see. Go back here. Take a snapshot. Copy link. Now I'll basically decide whether if I want to make improvements on it, if it's even worth it, because so far my current system is definitely better than the results I'm getting for this. But I'll maybe if I'm bored, I'll see it basically after the 100th trade. Go back down. It's a break even, so I have a rule. You could take another trade in the same area because it could still set up. So go back on the 1 hour right here. This makes sense. Like the only thing I don't like is when you take in an overall area right here, you sacrifice your RR because you need a bigger stop. Because my stop loss would have to be here because it's basically this right here. It could make a smaller one right here. I just have to decide which one I like better at the same time. Let me see. If I could take something like this, it would be a smaller RR, but I risk the chance of also getting stopped out earlier. Mm, decisions. I'll keep um, I'll keep everything consistent for now. I've been having bigger stops. I'll keep this right here, this overall area. I would have got stopped out either way on this decision. Ends up falling downwards. Uh, nah, I don't want it to be too big because now that was too big right there. Okay. Oh, where is movement? Okay. If I'm gonna take this one right here, I gotta make the stop loss consistent. So probably like maybe right here would make sense. This is the absolute low for buy stop. So let's see. Alright, so I get tagged in. Let's see. Okay, it moves that higher. Can I get a break even? So if I move through this high, I'll break even it. It'll be break. No. Did we break? No, we didn't break. Drawing random stuff on the chart. Ew. No. You take a loss. Okay. Right there. I'll make this as quick as possible. Here we go. Copy link. Right here. Right there. 19. Oh, yeah. sometimes I just get brain freezes and I pause a little bit. I'm like, oh, yeah, this is what I'm doing. Alright, so we took 2 trades in this area, so I'm gonna just wait for a new area. And of course, this wants to be the area, wants to be the one that moves, but that move down. Okay, close enough. 50. Okay, let's see. Let me get that pause. Okay, it's a clean pause. That's a clean looking pause. Okay, I'll probably put my stops right here. So this is where the indicator is showing below could be at. I'm gonna set a buy stop. Okay, I'm gonna get tagged in. Alright, I get tagged in, and I would break even because we had this high and we had a pause, then we had a break of that. So this would be at break even. I'm also gonna take an image if it does like more of a pullback and then ends up going as well, or if it makes a whole pullback, I'll take an image of that as well. Keep in mind. Okay, so I'm at break even. The management rules. Let's play the candle for it. Are we gonna get stopped out at break even? Yeah, we get stopped out. Whatever. Whatever. So it came up, came down. I want to take a picture of that after as well. What it does. Yeah, either way, I would have broke even right here. Is what it is. I'm gonna just take the image. That's a break even right here. Mhm. 19. Break even. This is what I mean by you never judge your trades by the individual trades and stuff like that. As trades adds up together, that could make a profitable system for you. I be hating how other people on social media make it seem like they just be getting false expectations on what trading should be. Like, then one pro tip is, that once in a while when you have time, like even if you have a profitable system already, like test certain stuff, like test to improve. It doesn't mean that you're changing something on your system. It just means you're looking for improvement to see if you can potentially make more money. That's basically what I'm doing right here. So far, I don't really like the results of it, but I'll make the decision whether I want to relook at everything and see if I want to improve on it and see if that results is better than my current. What am I doing? Oh yeah, next opportunity. We only take? Did I think I only took one trade in this area? Oh, yeah, one trade in this area. So at a break even. I can look for another one. feel like this is way too high now. Oh, one thing I'm gonna test definitely for sure is the double like break entry. Like basically, once I get a full break and then the indicator marks the second one as a low, take a buy stop right here. Um, Stop loss right here type stuff. But it's rare for it to like. It's not really rare, but it's like it doesn't happen as often and stuff like that. But that's for a whole different test. Whole different test. Okay. Where are we at? So we trending. Let's wait for it to come back to the 50 like that. Let's see, can we push a bit higher? I mean, a buy stop should put it above the 50. Let's see, stop loss be right here at that low. There's a 1 to 2 partial. Let me see a 1 to 2 partial. I feel like the stop loss is slick too big. And I'm gonna just go with it. Buy stop. Are we gonna get it? I don't need it. Alright, we don't even get the buy stop either way. Just ends up falling off. Then it's filling the MAs. Okay, we break the low. Oh, we break twice. Wait for the trend upwards. Okay, now, okay, we break once. We only broke once. Double break higher confirmation. Damn, I hate when it goes away. My indicator. NTFX. I hate the blue right here. Let's get like nice. There we go. What am I doing? Oh yeah. Keep going, keep going. Reason why I'm ignoring short-term price action is because they're still technically bullish. So bullish breaks. I need to wait for this to start trending higher. Okay, now it's trending higher. And it's ready at 50, so I can immediately see if there's something to look for. Let's wait. Where is it? Right here. Not too, yeah, not too bad. Ooh, this is a good confirmation. This is what I was talking about. It ended up lining up. You remember how I said like I wanted to test the double break, which is the first break, and then the second break that is going to be indicated by the indicator. I can already tell that if this high gets broken, the low is going to get updated right here by the indicator and stuff like that. So basically, that lines up with what I want to test this stuff too. If I take a buy stop right here, this entry would put me back above the 50. Stop loss where the low would be. Let's see if it does it. Let's see. I'm gonna just keep this overall area. All right, so I'm in the trade. Let's see if what it does. Oh, that was a close one. Loss. Take a loss on that one. But still, though, I do like how these ones usually end up the double break entry. Oh, all this. Oh, yeah. I feel like that's the last test I want to put in for the day. So far, I do not want to implement this. But at least it shows like people like it doesn't really even take much to be profitable, even though it took like wait, let me just look over all the results too. Let me put that in. Let me see what the results are. Let me put all this information in before I look at everything. Okay, copy link, copy link, paste, weekly, yeah, good. All right, let me see. So it was a win, break even, break even, break even, loss, win, break even, loss, break even, break even, loss, 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 break even, loss, win, break even. I mean, win, loss, break even, loss, break even. This isn't a bad system at all. Now, I want to talk about this real quick. When I was reading the results of this win, break even, loss, a lot of people's mind is automatically their mind is automatically gonna hear the losses. Your mind completely blanks out the wins when you hear, all right, my results are okay. I took a win. I took a break even, break even, break even, loss, win, break even, loss, break even, break even, loss, 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 break even, loss, win, break even. I mean, loss, break even, loss, break even, loss. People's minds automatically um link their how can I say it? Their minds automatically just focus on the break evens and losses, right? And I usually tell people it doesn't matter like about the wins, the losses and the break evens and stuff like that. When you have a system that an edge is basically you making finding a way to make more money than you losing, right? Or finding a way to make money overall. And the edge with this specific system is a trend following system, so it didn't need to win a lot. Now, if we actually read the numbers, okay, this one trade really did put it back up. It really did help, but all these combined together to make a profitable system, and that's what I talk about on my channel a lot. Focus on the wins, the losses, and the break evens that combine together that makes a profitable system. So just imagine, right? You test this all the way to 100, right? And then you go on a demo account and you're showing up to your session and you're trading this. Now you can make the decision whether you like it or not to go on to taking a challenge or open up a live account. But even then, even when I make my first 100 trades, I don't immediately do that. What I like to do is I like to review them all over again to see if I could make an improvement. So, like, what do all my losses have in common? Because you have a good sample size with 100. What do all my losses have in common, and would that affect my wins as much? So, if I could find a way to how to cut my losses with rules, then you can make the system even more profitable, even though you're technically taking a lot more percentage losses than your wins. So there's just certain stuff like that. Ooh. But to be honest, uh, like I feel like it would be just a waste of time for me to continue like to actually test this only because uh, the first results I gotta compare the first results of my like the current system I have now. I made improvements with cutting losses. I basically gotta compare that if I wanted to continue go all the way to 100 and I wanted to basically just compare that to see is the first test better than the my current system's first test, and if it is, then maybe I can make improvements, see if the results are better than what I'm doing now. Because you don't want to fall in the trap to think that what you're doing is not really good, and then you test something out, and then you implement it, and it actually ends up being worse. You don't want to be doing that at all. So the whole reason for me actually wanting to test something like this is because I start to notice it a little bit more option. Um, start to notice it a little bit more, and um I noticed I was getting less trades this year. But one thing I have to make sure I realize to myself is, the markets are gonna give you less opportunities sometimes. It's gonna give you more opportunities sometimes. And me thinking back to like last year, during this time I was getting a lot more trades. But right now the market condition has shifted a bit, so I have to be patient until like most of the markets like just remain itself. Loki, what I could do is, if I wanted to continue this test, I can just mark out where I'm at. That way, like when I exit out, I can just immediately select the date, so you don't see the data or anything. So this is December 23rd. Um, December 23rd, right here. Well, no, it's not December. I'm tweaking. This is the 2023. So this is December 4th, 2023. Right. So what I can do is, if I want to continue, I can just number 2023, something like that. Something simple. You don't need a fancy things to test. You don't need a fancy software. I literally just made a chart on Google Doc. And one thing with my system is this system works better. Like the system works better if I'm trading it on multiple markets. Because as you can see, I only found 21 trades, and I this went back to 2019. So 20 trades in 4 years. It's not a lot of trades. Well, with a 1 hour entry. So that's why multiple markets come into play. So you can find more opportunities, so the percentage can be much higher. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna exit out of this, and I'm gonna basically, where's on price action. So definitely I'm not gonna be implementing it. Well, I'm gonna see what price is doing right now, cause I was talking about gold. I was looking at gold for right now. Yeah, gold is not like ready for me to trade. I want it to pop up above this area, pause cleanly against the MAs as it starts to rise. Then I'll take a buy stop of the high. That's my usual on like trade entries. Something like this. As it starts to rise up, it makes a buy stop. So it flushes too close to the 50, makes a move, continues higher. Uh, Let me see if is it even likely to set up, because I could tell if it's likely to if it's worth me staying on the charts or not. Um, so if a move was to happen right now, it would take like an hour per candle because this is an hour time frame. So it would be like, all right, say a move up happened, that would be 1 hour. So that will put us at, wait, this candle got to close first. So once this candle closes, it will be 11 o'clock. But if we assume it pushes up now, it'll be 11 o'clock. Then I'll have to wait for the small pause. That'll be around 12 o'clock. So it'll be 11. Yeah, it will be 12 o'clock. Now I'll be taking an entry at 1. Maybe you Yeah, it's probably best for me to hop off for that specifically. I think GA was another one that was setting up. Looks like it was good. Hmm. For GA, we're close to the 10. I do want it to come down to this 10. Do want it to come down a bit like that. Yeah, come down to the 10. And after it comes down to the 10, how long would it take? This candle closes at 11. Right. Hmm. Let's see. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just hop off the charts. The closest one I think it's like has a 50-50 chance of setting up like around 12 o'clock is GA. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hop off the charts. If it ends up doing something, then I'll stream again. But right now I'm gonna just hop off.